Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I had to change the stream title there real quick. I'm your host, Kushan, and welcome to the first look at Command Modern Operations Kashmir Fire. Going to go and dive right on into it this morning. So I'm going to be just starting out with Scenario 1, Border Skirmish, and then if we have time, I will move on to one of the later scenarios. So ever since the Indian subcontinent was independent of Great Britain, conflict between the predominantly Hindu Indian population and the predominantly Muslim Pakistani population has been practically constant. With several official and unofficial conflicts taking place between 1947 and today, there is plenty of bad blood between the two nations. Recently, insurgents in northern Pakistan have increased attacks into Indian-held Kashmir. Indian forces have put pressure along the border to contain insurgents to Pakistan, but are so far unsuccessful. Pakistani forces have also engaged with insurgents, however, the frequency of attacks within Pakistani is minimal in comparison. Indian armed forces are massing in the Kashmir and Punjab regions to bolster local police and military forces in an effort to stem the insurgent attacks. 3 days ago, Indian forces launched a short incursion into Pakistan. Chasing after withdrawing insurgents, they retreated into India quickly, however, their presence was known. Pakistan strongly denounced the military action outside their borders and warned of a retaliation in case of a repeat offense. Tension between the two South Asian powers are running high, and conflict appears inevitable. Good morning, Jaculus. Good morning, G4th. Good morning, Birdex Man. Good morning, Gamer. Good morning, Lancer, Robbie, Pixel. Morning, everybody. Morning, Bart. Good morning. Indian mechanized forces have moved across the border for the second time in 3 days. They have been warned, and this time they will suffer the consequences. Eliminate the 3 forward operating bases near the border in southern Kashmir and northern Punjab. Bob Serpent, Hydra, and Harpy are already located for striking. In addition, engage Indian armored and mechanized forces that have crossed the border. Their exact locations are unknown, however, they are reported to be east of Lahore, near Shakagar, and near Hadali. Using air based at PAF Murid, Minhas, and Skardu, neutralize all stated high-value targets as well as threats such as SAMs and Indian cap aircraft. In addition, Haft 7 Tel BN is available for use. Enemy forces will number MiG-29 and Su-30 cap aircraft. What's interesting is that we don't have any fighters. We have fighters, but they're all configured for strike, so it's going to be a little interesting. And pretty much what you would expect. Some Mirages, some F-16Cs, Falcon 20 offensive ECM, SOP 2000, AEW, a couple more Mirages. Manpads and SHORAD around the FOBs. Armored ground forces have pressed into Pakistan. There's a high volume of civilian air traffic over both countries. Avoid attacking these. Radars and SAMs aren't targets of this mission. Only attack them if they stand in the way of completing the objectives. Okay, so the first thing first here, let's get offensive ECM up. Or not offensive ECM, but let's get... one second, I need to switch my stream deck over to command. Let's get AEW up. Where's my... Oh, it's up here. There's my sob. W, you can launch. We'll get him onto station first, and then I'll launch all my fighters. I'm going to assign my offensive ECM there for the moment. And Obviously, not going to be playing this one in real time. Those lawn darts are about as old as the hills. Yeah. They should have worked Operation Lightning Strike into this, particularly based off the results of shots. No, let's not do Operation Lightning Strike again. If I recall, I think I lost background to some nukes, and then I think that was also the one where I lost my 2 U-2s because I flew them down at 300 feet. Alright, so those are obviously all civilian aircraft. ECM is up. 440 knots. That looks like a fighter. Those are fighters for sure. So are we getting emissions off of you? No. Okay, so first things first here, let's go look at my forces. So Minhas, JF-17s, armed with laser-guided bombs. F-16As, armed with GBU-12s. Merid. We've got Z-10s. Attack helicopters. And then some Mirages, and then F-16Cs, armed with GBU-24s. But they've also got AMRAAMs, so this group is actually going to end up being my air-to-air component, because I don't have any dedicated air-to-air in this one. And then up here at Skardu is our Mirages, or Mirage 5s, and they're armed just with normal general-purpose bombs. There's our half 7 battalion. So looking at it, we see we've got 4 weapons. They are conventional. They have 375 nautical mile range, 500 knots, with a 1,700 kilogram HE warhead. We'll use this for follow-up strikes. I've learned, or actually, I'm sorry, we have 16 missiles. But what I've learned from previous playthroughs is that that's not really enough missiles. Typically, the SAMs will shoot them down. Okay, so AEW is good enough position. Let's get a rally mission set up here. Picked up there. Tin shield. Launch aircraft from Minhouse first. I'm gonna launch them in groups of 2, I think. So these are the guys that are going. The JF-17s are the guys that are going to go hunt down the ground units. Okay, so I'll launch from Minhas first, and then once they get closer, then I'll launch from Merid. So I've got all my aircraft up at one time. So getting detections on MiG-29s now. I think all these are all civilians. I think that's a neutral too. Getting lots of radar emissions from the ground-based radars. Spoon rest. ESM-33. What do we have over here? Stop moving. That's a tin shield and master team. So just a reminder, the radars are not primary targets. And launching from get F-16s up first. Z-10s. Actually, hold off on those ones. Yeah, no, we'll get the Z-10s up because we can use those to go hunt down the ground units. Everybody else can go to the rally mission. All right, ECM's on station. Okay, so my F-16As are also armed with AMRAAMs. So we can use those for their dual purpose role. So what I'm going to do is go find those groups and change their doctrine to where they will not RTB. So that's GF-17s, 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 F-16s. Actually, I could just change it here on the side. No, do not RTB. Those are F-16s too. No, do not RTB. And those are my Mirages, okay. Alright, so those are my Z-10s. Let's go ahead and order them to the south. I think they're doing here. I believe there's 15. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is move my... Everybody's on station now, or thereabouts. Let's find the F-16s, and we're going to move them just kind of closer to the border. Start setting up a strike for Fob Serpent over here. Oh, and I forgot my Mirages to the north. So you guys can just kind of take the long way around. So striker aircraft are going to huddle up over here. And then I'll have 4 F-16C, or F-16As, sorry, covering this group with AAMs. Because we are going to get a response at some point. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take... I can't remember who the author is. Flipping those two decide to stay in the north. Let's go ahead and take... Where's that other group of F-16As? Take this group and go park them like in here. Alright, let's get my fighters up to 36,000. And anything on rally should be at 36,000. Yeah, they're way too low. Helps if I change transit station. We need them up high so they can get better fuel efficiency. And same thing with the group that are going to be used for air-to-air. Let's get them up to altitude. There we go. Alright, so this group can actually come back down to 12. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. So they can come down. Those two can stay at 36. And let's go ahead and make our run onto Merid. We'll go here. We'll then do our turnaround. And within range, drop all of your bombs. We're going to lose something here because I know that there's SAMs in the area. And what I'm going to do is change my side doctrine. And I should have done this before instead of changing that for the group so no one goes RTB after their weapon state's reached. I did it originally for the F-16s. I don't want to do it here for my fighters. I want them to actually go in and bomb and then follow their flight path before they RTB. You guys can also go to military power at this time. And drop down to 1,000 feet. What's the minimum altitude on their LGBs, by the way? 2,000 feet. Sorry. Don't go down to 1,000. You can't fire. Go down to 1,000 feet AGL. Actually make it 2,500 AGL to give them a little bit of a buffer there. Alright, so we're down 2,500 feet. Not seeing any fighters reacting so far. That'll change. What's release speed? Does it have one? Okay, perfect. Just courses a little bit. We're going to fly over the target, we'll then turn around and exfil. There's some mech infantry. I knew they were down here somewhere. Yep, there's a sand battery. Oh shit, you guys don't do that. No automatic evasion. You guys, though, have already expended your weapons, so you guys can just turn to go home now. Come on, just turn around, drop your bombs, please. Please just drop your bombs. There we go. At least we got... minus 35. What I lose there? I think I lost 4. Yeah. Lost 5 of my JF-17s there. But I destroyed the base, so that's what really matters there. Let's go and redirect my helos. So what do we got? We have a Kosh battery. So minimum altitude is 200 feet, 60,000 top. Bad news for my helos. You guys can go home. We can move my F-16s now to the north. They're not going to be needed down here anymore. And surprisingly, the MiG-29s didn't react, or aren't reacting. That's interesting. Alright, so let's set up a couple of other missions here. So I'm going to set up a mission for Fob Harpy. Land strike. Strike. Fob Harpy. Ammunition strike. Land strike. Fob. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is move my... Oh no, don't go RTB. So who... This group should be RTB. That's my F-16As, that's my F-16As, that's my F-16As, that's my helos. So the F-16As will be providing cover. We're going to spread them out kind of along the border here. So we have good cap coverage. And then that leaves us 3 groups. We'll let them... leaves us 4 groups, sorry. Of JF-17s, who have about an hour's worth of strike. So what I'm going to go and do is assign 2 of them to each of the 2 strike missions. Assign to mission Fob Harpy. Assign these 2 to Fob Hydra. And now what they'll do is we automatically generated some reference points. They'll go ahead and go do their thing. And yeah, what I'm going to go do is change mission doctrines for these 2 missions of no automatic evasion. What I wish I could do is do like automatic evasion from a certain point, like no automatic evasion after you hit the IP, and that may be how it already works. I don't really use the strike missions all that much. Normally, I'm a control freak and manually do all this. But I want these strikes to go in at least somewhat coordinated. So the plan here will hopefully be for those Mirages to either go in and destroy the targets, or go in and at least be missile bait. And then my F-16s can follow up. No, you can adjust altitude and speed per waypoint. I don't think you can do Doctrine. Yeah, you can't do Doctrine per waypoint. I want this to go back that way. Oh. Did not know that. Alright, missiles coming in. Let's go and slow time down to 2x. What do we have back here? Not getting any emissions, but... yeah, there goes all my Mirages. Alright, we'll see if the F-16s have better luck. What's minimum altitude for their paveways? 2,000 feet? Ooh, somebody's firing missiles. Oh, AMRAAMs are firing. See, and this is why you do... Come on, guys, go! No, run at Afterburner! Run at Afterburner! Yeah, I don't think it's... What the hell is that? Oh, it's a Spider 3. Damn it. Okay, you guys need to get out of there. I turned off automatic evasion, not that it would have really have done much there. So far, this isn't turning out really well for me. 3 F-16Cs, 5 J5s, 4 Mirages. Oh, something took out my Mirages to the north. Oh no, there they are. Never mind. I take that back. Assign these guys to the Vob, Harpy, attack. Alright, let's see how this attack goes. Mirage 3 is going for Fob Hydra. These guys have low drag general purpose. We have a SA-3 battery guarding it. Nope, I take that back. We have something else guarding it too. There goes the bombs. At least everything got away. We actually took it out. Nice. Which means we can abort their attack run. Lost one. Nope, they're both made it. Nope, we lost one. We lost both of them. Of course I did. Cool. Alright, well, that could have gone better. This is definitely a Pyrrhic victory for me so far. They're dodging. Let's go and pull everybody back a little bit. But what that means is that I'm gonna actually go ahead and order these guys here to go ahead and just drop journal bombs on the armored platoon there. Let's see, did we not? Nope, still one more left. Okay. Downrange ambiguity. Alright, perfect. We got it. So we can now turn and pull this group back. How's our mirages coming in on Harpy? They're doing okay. But they're still out of range. Let's see. What do we have left here? You two. Go ahead and engage those two fighters. Everyone else that doesn't have AMRAMs left needs to pull back. You guys can go home. I think they got one Mega. Oh, they did get a couple of my F-16s. Okay, so you guys go and attack that. They're on their way home. You guys go and attack those guys. Turn off your... Did I get a kill? I did get a kill. Nice! I got 2 kills! Yay! Go me. Turn off the radars on that group. Minimum paveways is 2,000 feet. Pretty sure I've already checked that multiple times now, but... Alright, so they can dive down. What's this group? That group's on their way home. That group is still playing air support. Let's see if I can get the helos to be just outside of that SAM range. I may be able to just sneak into my own engagement range with my helos. You guys go and attack those two. And you go and attack those two. How say what you say 2.21 is? I don't know. I honestly haven't been on 0.21 that much. Most of my time is spent on one of the beta branches, and that is quite a bit different than what 0.21 is at the moment. Alright, so let's see, can we get Fob Harpy? We can get Fob Harpy. Good job, guys. It only cost us another 4 Mirages. But while they're doing that, my F-16s are guiding laser-guided bombs to the mech infantry. Perfect. Good job, guys. You guys can go RTB now. Hopefully before that battery rearms. You don't have anything left to attack. You guys can go do what you're doing there. What's the scoring look like? Still 135 in the hole. Yeah, I don't think I'm recovering this. Pretty much lost like 3/4 of my strike group at this point. Go in and strafe him, finish him off. The problem with that is I'm already within... You know what? I've already lost this anyway. You're right, Gunner. Undo your RTB, and you guys use your guns and air-to-surface attacks. Yes, go down to minimum altitude. So they should now dive down. Okay, you guys can go home now. Actually, you know what? You guys are the same deal. Use their gun, yes. There we go, got him. Don't know who that is. Why are you messaging me? More spam on Steam. Sorry about that. Let's see. You guys can go RTB now. You guys have strafed your targets. Okay, so the helos. This is going to take some babysitting, but I think I can do it. I can do it. Okay, so you guys can now come into hover. You guys can come into hover. And... now that's cheeky. You can't get me. do you guys have for weapons? Alright, so you guys need to get down to 2,000 feet. And apparently we're missing with our last missile. Come on. ATGM missed. I know it missed. How many missiles does it take to kill one APC? There we go. Got it. Have them patrol here just to see if there's anything else that can be spotted. I'd prefer if you guys didn't fly through that same envelope. Oh, I must have detached them by accident and grouped them up. Okay, so this group can do air-to-surface attacks. Should just turn that on by default, but... See, can we take out the last APC? Probably. Got it. Perfect. Alright, you guys now come over to here before you guys RTB. This group can RTB. They can now RTB. Okay, should probably get the helos out of there now. Where's the group with AMRAMs? You guys need to come to... Anybody else with AMRAMs? Nope, everybody else has Sidewinders left. Alright, let's get the helos out of there. And how... yeah, not enough to pull me out of the hole. I do still have those SSM battalions. A little late to launch them now. I almost forgot about them. Well, I think that's it for this one. One sec, I need to check the schedule. I think I still have an hour left of the stream. Yeah, so I've got about an hour left. So what I'm going to do is probably call this one here, now that this one kind of showing you guys what the intro scenario is like, and then I'm going to move on to one of the later scenarios. Yeah, my helos are going to get out of there. They're not, those Su-30s aren't engaging, so that's pretty much it for this one. Let's go and look at losses one last time. So I killed 4 MiG-29s, I killed the 3 forward operating bases, 9 main battle tanks, 9 BMP-2s, but I lost 6 F-16s of the 2 different models, 5 JF-17s, 2 Mirage 5s, and 6 Mirage 3s. So, considering what I actually killed, the return was actually pretty terrible. I do have that SSM battalion, and Normally what I tend to do is use the SSM battalion to kind of eat up some missiles before my strikes go away. I just kind of forgot about it here. Or I use it to pick off the ground units after they're spotted, but normally what I found with the SSMs is they get shot down by all the SAMs. Another way you could do this is use your aircraft to do seed, and then use the SSMs to strike. So, alright, but that brings us to the end of this one, and who still has a mission? Oh, that's this group. Oh yeah, you guys need to go bingo. Yeah, you guys need to go home now. Alright, let's go to one of the later scenarios. Kind of him to not simply drive away or pop smoke, head to low ground, and throw the kill. Okay, so let's play something else. Let's do this one. So, week after the United States... No, that's not the one I wanted. Scenario 10. Took a little over a month for the Pakistan-Indian conflict to erupt into war involving superpowers. Now the intense regional conflict has sparked global involvement. The United States successfully evacuated their civilians from the conflict zone, but not without resistance. Pakistan fully enforced their no-fly zone. That's not the one I wanted. I think it was Peacekeepers. No, I think... Sorry. I'm getting confused on the scenarios here. Pakistan was quick to criticize the United States' reckless aggression and blatant intervention. The United States fired back, stating it was defending its citizens abroad against reckless warfare being conducted by Pakistan. This incident was enough to spark conflict between the United States and Pakistan. The day after the evacuation, a Pakistani gunboat sailed within 500 meters of the USS Keating, an American frigate operating about 100 nautical miles off the Pakistani coast. It is unclear who fired first, but the Keating sank the gunboat, and all Pakistanis aboard were killed. Pakistan declared that it would fire on any American forces without hesitation in response. Due to the increased tensions with the United States, Saudi Arabia and Indonesia have withdrawn the support from Pakistan. Alright, so basically Pakistan announced they're going to fire on any American assets. The events of the last few days have convinced Congress and the President that military action against Pakistan is in the best interest of the American people, and immediate strikes have been ordered. The Abraham Lincoln Strike Group is a week out, but the Kennedy Strike Group and the Tripoli Expeditionary Strike Group are capable of handling the current threats. China has so far declined to make a statement, but they should be treated with extreme caution. Our mission is to degrade Pakistani electricity production and infrastructure, as well as nuclear research and production facilities, ensure that the further operations are smooth by damaging Pakistani IADS as well. Most aircraft aboard the USS John F. Kennedy are not loaded. Prior to launching any strikes, start by loading aircraft. I'm going to play this one in editor mode so I can instantly arm them. Do not fire on... Chinese aircraft are operating in the area as well, and they may resist. Do not fire on them until fired upon. Do not engage Chinese AWACS. India has given permission to overfly their airspace. Aircraft from Diego Garcia are already in the air and are ready to receive gas and attack Pakistani targets, although Pakistan is likely don't possess serious anti-shipping threats. ASW and CAP are wise. So we've got the USS Kennedy, we've got the Tripoli. Independent assets is the Keating, Vermont, and USS New Hampshire. I think Vermont and New Hampshire are submarines. Pretty sure those are Virginias. Diego Garcia. So we got 1 B1, 2 B2s, 2 KC-46s. Full U.S. military satellite access. Enemy forces. Targets south to north. Port Quasem Power Project. Gudo Thermal Power Plant. Kushan Nuclear Complex. Chasma Nuclear Plant. The Khan Research Laboratories. Engage reactors, turbines, substations, and transformers. Probably a bad idea to attack nuclear reactors. Turbines, substations, and transformers, I understand. Reactors are probably bad. Administrative buildings are not a target. So J8s, J10s, Mirages, 4F-16 still based at Nabash. Overall strength is estimated to be near 15 combat aircraft, with at least 1 P3 still operational for maritime surveillance. In addition, there are multiple LY-80 and Aspide sites in the area. So north, about 10 J10 A's, 6 F-16s, 8 F-7s, which I think are MiG what are those? The MiG-21s, and then JF-17s. Multiple LY-80 and Aspite sites are still active, centered around high-value targets. Yeah. All right. Avoid conflict with Chinese aircraft. They likely will not broadly engage American aircraft, so only return fire against directed hostile aircraft. Engaging enemy aircraft is not the priority, and neither are air bases. However, engaging these targets may help in completion of objectives. Using sea-based tomahawks is discouraged due to Chinese S-400 and likely escalation of the conflict. 7th Fleet wants the strike group to have large number of tomahawks in reserve in case of further escalation. So, like I said, I'm going to play this one in editor mode. That way I can instantly arm my aircraft. Okay. Let's go look at the Kennedy group. Alright, so we have some armed with AIM 260s. Nice. Another group armed with AIM 120s. 18Fs, armed with slammers and tanker MH60s. Alright, so the MH60s can just go with what loadouts do we have in the magazines? Available in magazines 10. Alright, so we can do let's do Mark 54s. That way it matches the other loadout. Oh no, it's the long range loadout. Reason not to. MH60S, they're all set for SAR. F-35s, go away NVIDIA. Arm another, ready for internal cap. Actually, I'm gonna arm 6. Ready immediately, that way I can actually do some stuff with all this. Ready immediately. I'm gonna take 2 of these. Actually, more growlers than there should be on this group in reality. And arm 2 of them for offensive ECM. E2Ds. That one should just be ready immediately. Stingrays, they're set up for tankers. MH60s, these are all on my escorts, and they're all ready to go. I guess this group can just go with more JSOWs. Is that internal? Yeah, that's internal loadouts. Alright, so the FA-18s, let's do... I should have enough caps, so these 6 can go for strike. What do we want to do? JSOWs, MELDs. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna arm 4 of these for strike. What's the speed on the MELD? The MELD has a speed of 400 knots. What is the speed of my JSOWs? $530 knots. Okay. So I'm gonna arm some of these with JSOWs. I could do... Yeah, I don't want to do... I'm gonna do standoff as much as I can. If I... Not that we're gonna get that far, but... I would go standoff. Yeah, the Enterprise is number 2. Ford will be number 3. Okay, so we'll go there, and then we'll arm 2 of these with Mal jammers. Mal J's. I like the Mal J. Ever mention how much I hate having odd numbers? So I'm going to go ahead and arm a 3rd one here because I don't like having odd numbers for groups. So this one's same thing. These ones are going to go Mals, and then these 4 will go with JSOWs. JSOWs are great for beating the S400. You fire them ahead of your actual strikes. And then this group, you know, I think I may just do some additional air-to-air just in case. I'm going to give this group standard cap loadouts, so of AIM 260s. We only have 8 loadouts of that, so we got to be careful. And I think that's it. Let's see what does the Tripoli have? So YH11 or YH11s, UH1s, some F-35Bs. Let's go and arm them for air-to-air standard cap internal loadouts. We can rearm them for strike later if I need to. They can go with Hellfires and Hydras. MB-22s, roll-off tankers, CH-53s. I'm going to leave them as reserve. I don't know if I'm actually going to need the CH-53s on this. MB-22s, they're all for maintenance and the hangar. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought, Gunter. The F-7 is the MiG-21. That's what I thought. So, our orders are not to launch massive waves, or basically to not to launch Tomahawks at all. We'll see about that. So the Keating is a FFGX Austral. So I'm going to light up the radars on the Austral. Actually, why did I just do that? No reason to do that. Obey MCON. Let's get AEW up first. Make this reference point relative fixed to the Kennedy group. Keep 1 on station. Alright, let's... Yep, for Virginia's, one of Virginia's a constellation. It is a constellation. I don't think that's actually been renamed in the DB yet. This also, I think, uses one of the older DBs. Yeah, it's using 483, so it's not up to date. Okay. Sorry, losing my train of thought here. It didn't. Like I said, SCW, it's this is using an older database. Alright, so let's get cap up. Cap out a little farther. We'll have them be fixed as well to the Kennedy group, add mission, patrol, bar cap. repeatable loop. Don't want radars active for this group. For right now, I'll just put 2 of my Super Hornets on that mission. Oh, this uses realistic subcom, so I'm going to bring both my subs up. Alright, and then let's just see what happens when aircraft start taking off. Get a better picture before I start giving orders. Alright, so I think for our first wave of strikes, we're going to go for the southern targets. So we've got Port Quasim Power Project. And the Gudo Thermal Power Plant. Number of air bases defending those two. There's the Growler. Alright, so pretty firm fix on the Growler. Looks like it's guarding the Port Quasim Power Project. So we're going to need to isolate that first. Alright, so we're also getting some fighters, or some aircraft. Got a P-3 and an F-27 MPA. And those are definitely fighters right there. Some additional fighters coming up. Ooh, are they coming out to attack me? J-10s. They are coming out to attack me. Well now. Alright, so you guys, I need to readjust your engagement. So define point, so So shouldn't do outside patrol area. Well, I should because I'm going to give them a box, but something like that. So now my fighters won't try to automatically engage, but I am going to try and push this out to be a little aggressive. I mean, I'm already within range of the S-400, so it doesn't really matter from that perspective. The real question is, what are these guys planning on doing? Cheers, Bart. Thanks for stopping by. So Chinese S-400 battery. In theory, I'm not allowed to attack it. Some Chinese J-11s. Nope, they slowed down. Are they on an air intercept mission? Is that what these guys are doing? Oh no, we're gonna fire them from this range. No. Don't fire within contacts with the weapons range. Fire within contacts that are... You dumbasses, just... Excuse my language, sorry, I should... Just dump their missiles at long... that's my own fault, but still. Like, oh, let's just dump our missiles at long range. Alright, I need to get additional cap up, because that's definitely a strike coming in. Where's the Kennedy group? Okay. That's my own fault, but still. I should have known better. Still frustrating. Okay, so we'll do AIM-120s. Yeah, I know that there's... I don't know where this message came from, because it's really annoying. Let's see. I want to use... RCAP. Just group. I'm trying to hold the F-35s in reserve in case for when I launch strikes. Well, we're actually getting some kills at that range, which kind of surprised me. I mean, we are going against J-8s, but still, it's a pretty small target for that sort of range. Additional aircraft are coming up. Now we can actually, now we got E-rams firing off. Did you guys expend everything? Yeah, you did. So, pause this before you guys just start launching off. So start launching your missiles off at 80. I mean, we are going against J-10, so maybe let's do 70. Let's try and see if we can get away with that. Same thing for the AMRAMs. Don't fire these things off. You guys can go down to 50 on those. So we'll fire AIM-260s off at 70 nautical miles. We'll fire our AMRAMs off at 50. Just for the BARCAT mission. And then side doctrine is RIM. What are we firing here? RIM 174. So do not fire these at... Well... I'm going to turn down the range of all my... There shouldn't be any helicopters out this far, but I'm going to turn down the range of all my missiles on the ships. I don't want to tell them not to fire at air contacts, because I do want them to fire. But I don't want them firing at max range. That's just going to eat up our missiles. So the range... 61s... ESMs can fire just at their standard distances. Okay, that should be... No. Sorry. Guided weapons, they can fire at their standard distances. There we go. Now that should cut down on any wasted missiles versus aircraft at long range. I'm actually surprised that got a hit. Wow. Okay, so it looks like the J-10's turning around. Alright, so Snitch is an RQ-180. Victor. That would be the S-300. Nope, that's not the S-300. Those are ASMs coming in. Must be coming in too low. Oh, those are the ASM batteries. That's what those are. Alright, I'm going to authorize the use of AMRAMs versus those. Radar's already active, so we see them. There we go. Now we're getting... There we go. I don't think it's going to come to CWIS. My only concern right now is my own missile capacity on my escorts. I wish you guys would stop expanding AMRAMs and good weapon. Oh. That actually went pretty well. All things considered. I didn't see them as TW. Okay, so I got about 20 minutes, half hour left on the stream, so I think it's time just to go and watch my strike. I'm gonna rush this a little bit. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna, just because I can, I'm gonna target the S300 or S400. It's against my orders, but you know what? I'm not gonna be picking this up or continuing this, so who cares? Alright, so we'll get JSOWs, they can go off, followed by the melds. Assign my F-35Cs to the bar cap. Okay, there we go. Good enough. Alright, air group's taken off. I'm gonna put my Mao J aircraft out ahead of the others. You're on bar cap. So the plan here is going to be to launch the Mao Js ahead of my JSOWs. Mao J should decoy any missiles, make them jam for the strike, as well as get that S400 or any other SAMs to fire on them instead of the actual strike. Oh, this is the group that's an ECM, so they can go up there. What I'm gonna do. 2 grows, yeah. So this group here, detach the other one, and you go over here. Or J's house. Alright, so spread you guys. Alright, so kind of a 2-wave strike here. The Mouths go in first. They'll be followed by the AGM-88Es. These are extended range harm missiles. Alekin, I assume Slytherin Group will have information about Distant Worlds 2 when it's available, but right now there's no new information. So I got distracted there. So, no, it's no big deal. I mean, I don't speak for them, but I'm assuming that if there was new information, they would have shared it. What do we have right? Oh, that's my AEW. So the plan here is going to be to go in with the Mouths. They'll jam the enemy radars, along with my standoff jammers for my growlers, and then those will be followed up by the AGM-88s targeting the SAMs, and then that'll be followed up by the JSOWs actually going for the actual target, which is the Port Quasum Power Project, which I'm throwing a lot of missiles at it, but I also expect a lot of my missiles to get shut down. And I'm also, even with all the jamming that I'm going to have going on here, SA-21. And then that's all being covered by my Cap aircraft. And speaking of Cap, I actually totally forgot that I have aircraft coming in from Diego Garcia. So there's my B1s. Let's go ahead and tell them to refuel from the tanker. There's my B2, which has JDAMs, and again, you can refuel from provider. And then speaking of additional aircraft, let's get my own tankers up. Add new mission, support, AAR. Make those reference points fixed to the Kennedy group as well. Mission deselect. And let's get a couple of my own tankers up. Alright, so I'm gonna launch 4 tankers. That should be plenty of support for this. JSOW, 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 JSOW. Didn't I have another... Or static number 3? Oh, there he is. Or static number 5. Alright, so there's jamming up. Turn my mouths in. And we do this. Fire 1. Fire 2. Fire 3. Fire 4. So the great thing about the mouths is you can actually steer them after they're launched. Alright, so the aircraft flying around the airbase are MPAs, so nothing to be too worried about at the moment. They've got a KJ-200 up, AEW, and a couple of J-11Bs. Alright, so there's the initial launch. You guys don't go back to base, you guys go to bar cap. Alright, so there's the initial jammer release, and now we can select all of my JSOWs, nicely all lined up in a line. Oh no. I'm gonna bring, where's my AGM-88s at? Bring this group in a little closer. Alright, so that turns everybody else in. Now let's target the Fort Quassam. Oh, everybody's out of weapons range. So, okay, we need to have everybody move in a little bit. Bring the jammers in with them. Detach static 5. Alright, so lots of jamming. Alright, no radar emissions yet. think so, anyway. Fire all my AGM-88Es at that S-400. That is by far the bigger threat here. Yep, fire on those. Don't fire at the... Alright, so we have some MiGs coming in, so probably should bring my cap a little closer too. You guys are now hostile, so any of my own aircraft can now fire at you at will. We're still out of weapons range for everything. Oh, there's the... where's that other group of mouths at? And jammers. I think I forgot to launch them. Let's get them in a little closer. What happens when you just drag select and don't pay attention? Where'd they go? They're in this group somewhere. There's my mouths. Have to launch a parry only. Meld. I'm not sure what a Perdix drone is, but we're going to fire them anyway. Break this off from that main group. We're going to try and close the electrical facility now. Looks like we've ran the S-400 out of missiles. Either that or it can't see us now. Alright, let's see how this goes. Yeah, go and waste your missiles on my J-Sows. That works great for me. Let's see, are we going to get anything through? Let's hope. Trying to jam as much as I can here. Some of these may be IR guided, so in which case the jammers aren't going to do much. Got a chunk of that. Who's firing? Is that S400 still firing? No, there's something else over here, I think, that's still firing. Alright, let's see how we do here. I think that's it, right? You guys can go RTB. Let them chase my drones. Alright, you guys don't go automatic evasion. You guys are fine if you just run away at high speed. Run away at Afterburner. Go to Afterburner and run away. Stop trying to dogfight. Run away. Alright, there we go. We got it. Alright, so I think everyone's RTB at this point, right? It's average, but I also only hit one of my prescribed targets. So far, 1 F-27 MPA, 4 J-10s, 3 J-8s, 4 Mirages, 1 P-3, 4 electrical substations, and 4 turbines. Went better than the last scenario. Yeah, it did. Not sure whether firing at the mouths, though, or whether not firing at the mouths. So really not much to do right now. I've kind of shot my bolt for the moment. And there's only about 10 minutes left of the stream. So I'm going to run this for another, 5 or 10 minutes just so there's a nice changeover when I think it's gamers coming after me. I don't think there's SAR in this one. There's no special action, so I would go no SAR. Alright, so all my air groups are on the ground. We have a satellite pass coming over now. Oh, where's my B1s at? I forgot about them. So B2 is bingo. Everyone's bingo. Oh, we didn't refuel them in time. What if I just ran them out of missiles because they're not even firing on those Perdix drones? Oh, I am in editor mode, so let's go see what their side view looks like here. Oh, so they don't even see those as hostile. Oh, apparently there's fighting going on up here. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. We don't see any of that going on. I wonder. I have to talk with the author about why he kind of included that. I don't know if that really makes a difference from a gameplay perspective. Alright, guys, I think that's going to be enough killing time for me. Let me double check. I think it's Gamer after me, but let me double check the schedule real quick. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know who. Somebody is on with Armored Brigade 1943. I'm sorry, I missed who it was. I thought it was Gamer 1940. Oh, it's Das. Das is after me. Sorry, Das. Sorry, Gamer. Yeah, Das Tactic is after me with some Armored Brigade. So stick around for that. I really hope you guys enjoyed this first look at Command Modern Operation Kashmir Fire. I'm not sure a specific release date, but I think it's coming next month. Or at least that's when it's scheduled. So check it out. I'm gonna check to see if there's any, gonna check to see if maybe if I can do some other previews. So stay tuned for that. If not, catch me on Saturday for my Command Eldorado Canyon real-time stream, where I'm gonna go like 18 plus hours in real time. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. So stay tuned for that. And again, stay safe, guys, and I will see you guys next time.